Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Grand Scale Motivation Show, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in, and thank you very much if you're going to be listening to us or watching us after this is done. Please know that you're welcome to the Grand Scale Motivation Show. Today or tonight, we have a guest who is going to wow us with knowledge and learning. We're going to use his business as a case study and his personal life as a case study for our learning for today. So today we have Mr. Mukesh Bhandari. He runs a business which supplies materials for shirts and trousers to national brands in India. He stays in Bangalore, India, fantastic city. He started his business back in 2010 after working in the fashion industry and has grown that business to a turnover of more than 4 million US dollars. I was calculating the rands there just some time ago, and that's around about 60 million rands worth of revenue that he started. And so we want to learn how he built his business, how he got onto the entrepreneurship journey. And so I welcome you. If you are there and you're liking this show, you're free to also ask questions, put comments on the on the comment section, and let's have fun as we talk to this man. He is a fan of he's a cricket fan and has a beautiful wife and daughter. And welcome, Mukesh.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the invite. First of all, that it's been great that you have been hearing about us all across, and you've got connected to me. And for me, this is a very, very great experience to showcase myself and also learn. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate that you made time to come through and talk to us today. And I hope a lot of people are going to get something. So let's get right into it. First, let's get to understand who Mukesh is. Where was Mukesh born? What was his upbringing like? Get us into your world.
Well, Mukesh is Mukesh Bhandari, and I was born in Bangalore. And if you talk about my upbringing, it was a basic middle class upbringing where you don't get everything what you ask for. So my dad, he used to run a business, a pretty small business, you can say, and it was a hands to mouth funda. I mean, whatever he used to earn, he used to make sure that at least not too much, but his kids get whatever they ask for. We have four brothers and a sister, family of seven, including my mom, and it was a pretty middle class upbringing. I can say it was not very, very lavish. It was not very low. Also, everything was valued. Whatever was given to us was really valued, and that is what my dad and my mom taught to us, that whatever you get, whether it is paid or it is free, you value that stuff. This is about my upbringing.
What business was your dad running?
He was into. We had a shop of blouse piece material, the ladies' blouse pieces. So
Right.
Indians are fond of saris. It's a traditional dress, and
Right.
you need to wear a blouse to cover yourself up. So he was into a blouse piece material. It was a retail outlet.
Mm, 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 mm.
It ran for say 7, 8 years, 10 years maybe.
Okay. And were you guys allowed to come in and work in the shop and in the business to witness or to see what it was like?
One thing I need to tell you is I'm from a Jain family, a Marwadi family, and the business runs in our blood. So it is not we were allowed, we were pushed to go to the office, sit there. More than the studies, we focus more on business. Studies is always a part of your life, but then business is also as much important. So we give equal importance to business also, because through business you can you can make money. It is very simple. You want to
Yeah.
make money, then you need to have your own businesses, and then you need to hire people and go through that way. And we were told that, yeah, you have to go sit at your office, learn the business, support your dad, and make sure that whatever he has learned, you people invite. So three of us, my elder brother, myself, and my younger brother, used to sit at office.
That's great to hear. I want us to dig deeper into that a little bit about that journey where you and your dad, or where you and your three brothers would go into the office, sit and see what he does. At what age did you guys start going to work with him, and what kind of duties would he give to you to do?
As I said, it was a retail outlet, and we are doing not so well. And I had to quit my education after 12th, that is second PUC. So after
Hmm.
12th, I had to go help my dad sit at his office and make sure that, whatever we are running is handled pretty well. And since it was a retail outlet, it is more of a customer. If they walk in, then we have to attend them and make money. Otherwise, we just have to sit, wait for them. And it was, as I said, I quit my education and then joined him. And the duties were pretty simple. If any customer is coming, attend them, make sure that he buys whatever product you're selling, and he gets worth his money. But to be very frank, at that age when I had left my college, my focus was not at all in business, because I wanted to freak out, I wanted to go out with my friends, I wanted to go back to the college. I
Yes.
didn't like this. I didn't
Hmm.
like this, but I couldn't help it. I couldn't say anything, and my dad had to, either convince me or force me to be at office, because he basically didn't have money to also pay the fees. So that was
Hmm.
the kind of situation
Hmm.
which I landed in. My
Hmm.
elder brother was lucky that he got through his education, the entire education.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And the reason why I've asked about this is that it's when you've said business runs in your blood, and this is how you were brought up. It's because I also have that fascination with how Indian folk introduce business to their family very early in life, and how it becomes a little it becomes instinctive how you should do your business. So tell me, then after, so your dad and your mom brought you up in this business environment, and then you go to, I'm not sure about the schooling system in India. What did you study? What was your fascination there? And is there anything that you took from there that you have taken into your entrepreneurship journey?
Well, as I said, my education I did till 12th, and I was not at all focused on my business. And my business was also a retail business where we had to wait for clients to come, and we were not doing so well.
Hmm.
So, and there was a situation where we had to vacate our office because the owner was about to sell that office, sell that store what we were in, the store which was done by my dad. The owner of the store wanted to sell that office, and then we had to shift it to some other place. Already we are not doing so well, and we had to shift it to some other place. So it was a very tough situation where we didn't know what needs to be done exactly. That is when
Hmm.
my elder brother took up everything, my elder brother and my dad, and made sure that whatever business we are doing, we had to shut shop and start something new, absolutely
Hmm.
new, in the same
Hmm.
line. So we started manufacturing clothes,
Hmm.
girls garments, immediately.
Hmm.
And education from whatever I could, it was just the conversational skills that I took from my education, where I
Yeah.
used to visit customers, yeah, visit
Yeah.
customers, and then somehow, make sure that whatever I'm selling, they buy. But to be very frank, that was also not at a very great level. It was just to run our means, just to manage things at that point of time.
Okay. Okay. So then after that, you went to work for a fashion business for 5 years, right? Um, First of all, why did you make that move? And What did you learn from your 5 years of work? Not from your family business, but from the business that you worked in before you started your own.
Well, as I said, we were not doing pretty well at the second business also what we had opened,
Mhm,
and I had to make a living for myself
mhm.
and for my family. And
Right.
sitting there, I couldn't do much. And
Mm,
job was basically something you get paid, you get a salary, a fixed salary, so that at least that
mm,
much can be given to your family. As I said, Indians are
right.
very attached to the family. So
Mm,
whatever I'm earning, first I'll think of my family rather than myself. If I'm making money,
right.
first I need to make sure that my dad, my mom, they stay well, they get whatever they want, and then it is my brothers, and then it is me. So I
Mm,
had
mm,
to find a job. Even before this fashion industry, I had gone to a medical shop for a month or two, a
mm.
wholesale medical shop, but I didn't like it. Somehow my heart didn't give into it. I just didn't like. It was a job where you have to carry 5-10 kgs of goods and go to different medical shops, give them whatever they want to medicines to
Yeah.
the retail outlets, and then come back in the evening, keep the bag, go back home. I just didn't like it. And then
Mm,
at that time, my uncle met me, and I told him that I'm not liking this, but I'm looking for a job, and it is a compulsory thing. I cannot, I mean, go away from it. I'm not able
mm.
to do my own business, and I have to do a job. So he
Yeah.
introduced me to this fashion industry, a firm
Mm,
called JS Fashions International Private Limited in Bangalore, which right from then till date is the best, you can say, in textiles, in 100% cotton shirting materials, which covers across India, the pan India. And
mm,
that very first day when I saw the way these people used to work, their clientele, their mechanisms, I just got hooked onto it. And
mm,
that also became my passion. I started loving what I was doing. And that time I decided that this is what I also want to do. Once
mm,
I feel I'm capable of doing something on my own. And that's how I got there to JS Passions.
mm, mm, mm. So in your then fifth year, you are making a decision to say, you know what, I've learned a lot here. I've been introduced to this fashion business and I'm now passionate about it. Now I want to start my own. The thinking process of now let me start my own. What did you have to think through for you to consider, okay, let me go for it and I'm going to start my own business?
Okay, I'll go back to the earlier days when I joined JS Fashions. I would just like to thank my boss then, Mr. Jugraj Jain. He was one passionate guy who used to deeply get into whatever field he used to go. I mean, for him, dressing up people or designing shirts or trouser material was a passion. He didn't used
Mm-hmm.
to do it to sell product. He used to do it just because he loved to do it. He loved to see that people are wearing what he's designed. Whatever
Right.
design he's done, people are wearing. And that
Mm.
got hooked to me as well. And uh, I became so good at marketing. So I
Right.
got few things in JS Fashion that I started going to the big clients. Like we have lifestyle, we have shopper stops. Those are multi brand outlets across India. They have
Mm.
thousands of stores pan India, and we never had these kind of clientele. So
Mm.
I planned everything that okay, let us approach when we have such materials, when we are doing the best of the fabrics, why not approach the best of the brands as well? So I
Mm-hmm.
started approaching these brands with complete season-wise designs. Like
Mm.
we used to plan for winters, we used to plan for autumns, we used to plan for summers, and I used to make sure that every brand in India, at least we should visit once. Whether he buys it from us or no, that's a different thing. That's the second thing for us. But they should know that there is a firm called JS Fashion who loves designing stuff and who can give you the best and also what will sell. The
Mm.
best in terms of quality, the best in terms of your looks, the best in terms of service and everything. And then I started going to these lifestyles, Shopper Stop, Aditya Villa, like Arrow. I don't know whether you've heard of all these brands, but Arrow, Van Heusen, Louis Philippe, Levi's,
Yes.
Blackberries, these
Yes.
brands you might
Yes.
have heard. And
Yeah.
I started approaching them
Hmm.
and made sure that not, if not all, at least few of them became our client.
Hmm.
This confidence gave me a push, gave me a kick that,
Hmm.
okay, I have a very great marketing skill. All I need is a great supplier. JS Fashion
Hmm.
was not only known for good clientele, but it was also known for good suppliers. So
All
it is
right.
basically, as long as you have a good product, you can always
Hmm.
sell. Just
Hmm.
because you
Hmm.
have good clients, and if you don't have a product, those clients won't stay for long.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
We always used to focus on very good product at a very good price.
Okay.
And then I spoke to my boss after 3 or 4 years giving into everything into JS Fashion. I spoke to my boss that, okay, it's been a long journey now, and salary. I mean, I'm not happy with the salary. I want
Right.
something more. Maybe
Yeah.
commission thing, or maybe partnership, or maybe
Hmm.
you open a franchisee and
Yeah. Yeah.
give me something on those lines so that I
Hmm.
can handle it. But
Hmm.
then, as we know, it is not always easy to get those things done,
Yeah.
and the situation demanded, because the
Hmm.
salary was really not so great that as the time goes, the expenses increases.
Hmm.
My
Hmm.
family grew, my expenses increased, everything started increasing, and I couldn't suffice with the salary what I used to earn. And at
Yeah.
the same time, what business my dad used to do came down drastically.
Hmm.
So it was a combination that I'm not making a great salary, I'm not earning a great salary here, and this side our business is not doing well. So
Yeah.
either I had to live with that salary and live with a lower middle class life, or maybe
Hmm.
take take a challenge, take up a challenge and do
Right.
something on my own. And I was
Hmm.
pretty confident that I will be able to do. I just needed
Hmm.
a back support.
Hmm.
When I say back support, it was all about money. I
Hmm.
was looking for that. Without money, what will I do? I mean, if there is
Yeah.
no money to start business, I cannot
Yeah.
do anything.
Yeah.
So, as we know, necessity is the mother of all inventions. It was a need based, yeah, it was a need based, thing which forced me to start business on my own.
Mm, 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 mm. So you knew you were confident of your marketing skill, and you knew if you get a good product, you will get it to the people, and they will buy. But all you needed was definitely to take a chance, but get money. So take us through that process. You now know necessity is forcing you to go and start your own business. You know you have experience, and you know you will survive if you start your business. But then the capital, how did you go about raising capital to get into the business that you have now started now? And how did you get partners or whatever else you needed to start that business?
Well, as I said, I was pretty good at the marketing skills. One of my friend Raju, I don't know whether he's watching or not. He's one gem of a person who always keeps motivating everyone he knows, and he always
Yeah.
used to tell me that, why don't you start your own business? Why are you stuck up with a service-oriented thing?
Yeah.
Service, you cannot make money. If you start your own business, tomorrow you'll slowly start growing it, making more money, and
Yeah.
in the process of making more money, you will also give livelihood to so many people.
Yeah.
That was one thing which always drove me. The
Hmm.
second thing, which was like the need of
Hmm.
the hour, that yes, I cannot survive with the salary. And then I
Hmm.
had to speak to my boss that, okay, if I'm not getting anything more, then maybe I'll have to quit.
Yeah.
That took me 1 year. The fourth year, I told my boss that I'm looking for something more, and if I'm not getting it, then I'm going to quit. They
Yeah.
said it was not an easy decision.
Hmm.
uh, on one side, my friend kept on pushing me that, why don't you start your own business? On the other side, I kept on looking for money, venture capitalists who can
Yes.
invest in my business. Just
Yes.
because I have a 4 years marketing skill, 5 years marketing skill, people won't come forward because they
Yeah.
haven't seen. It is just that I tell them that I go out and I meet clients and all, but they haven't seen it.
Yeah.
So they didn't have so much of confidence in me that okay, whether I can actually give them something back, whatever they invest, at least
Mm.
whatever they have invested, if not profit, but the
Yeah.
money. And this business requires a huge amount of money. You cannot start
Mm.
on a very small scale.
Right.
It requires a huge amount of money, and it took me 1.5 years. I spoke to so many people, so many people from the same industry, people from different industries, my friends, my colleagues, and everyone. And that was the time when the market started crashing like anything. I
Mm.
don't remember why exactly, but the stock markets in India, the business was taking a hit and everything, and somehow things didn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
There were people who were not coming forward. There was absolutely no money. And that
Mm-hmm.
time, as I said, I anyhow wanted to start my business, whatever
Right.
it is. So I tried speaking to my clients that what if I start giving you fabric, will you start buying it from me? The same kind of
Ah.
fabric, the same
Mm-hmm.
kind of material. Will you start buying it from me? Maybe if I give you 5 rupees cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
Since I had a very good connect with the with my clients, my they were like friends. So
Right.
and on the other side, the firm I was working with had also a very good reputation. So
Right.
it was not that you tell these firm that okay, now we are not going to buy from you, but we are going to buy from Mukesh. So it
Yeah.
was not an easy process. They
Mm.
didn't tell
Mm.
me yes that they will buy fabrics from me, but they never said no. So I had to understand that okay, somewhere maybe I can start. I can
Right.
start on my own.
Mm-hmm.
And on the other side, I started talking to the mills, the
Supply.
manufacturers who produce, the
Mm.
suppliers who produce these fabric, and it was an outright no from most of them. From most
Mm-hmm.
of them, they said no,
Mm.
we cannot give you because we will need advance payments, and then you are already working with a firm who's doing such good business with us,
Mm.
and since you're coming from the very same firm, it'll not be easy. And it was a no, it was a clear no from this mill. So again, I was into a catch 22 situation that I have clients who are ready to buy fabrics, but then I don't
Right.
have suppliers with me. What should I
Mm.
be doing? in,
Mm.
in this situation, I met few competitors of JS Fashions who were already established. Okay, not
Mm.
to that level, but who were doing pretty good business. As we
Mm.
know, in the same industry, there'll be hundreds of people who would be doing the same kind of business.
That's right.
I went to them, I spoke to them, and not all, but two or three showed confidence in me that okay, we will give you the material, and again, the same thing that you need to pay us advance, and we are ready to give you the material. So somewhere
Mm.
I was okay that okay, if I have money, I can at least buy fabrics and sell it
Mm.
to my clients.
Yeah.
Again, for money, I was looking for someone else. Then I found my colleague in my own office, Mr.
Mm-hmm.
Atul.
Mm-hmm.
One fine day, I spoke to him that okay, I'm looking for my own business. I'm going to start my own business,
Right.
whatever it may come. Whether I mean I have money, no money, whether I have someone who's supporting me or not. If you're interested, you can join me.
Right.
And immediately, instantly, it got clicked to him as well that okay, why not start a business with him? Because he knew I was so good at marketing. No
Right.
one else, at least this colleague knew because he was at my office and he knew
Okay.
how good I was at marketing.
All right.
He said yes. But then again, it was the same thing that he also doesn't have money. He said, even I don't have money. I was like, then why do I give you partnership? Then,
Okay.
it was again a fate, a good one. That we somehow got together. He had his own suppliers who were very good with him on his terms, and we again got back to these suppliers saying that we are two of us
Mm-hmm.
now, and we need fabric from you, but then we don't have any money with us. All we can give you is an assurance, all we can give you is a word, all we can give you is a promise that whatever materials we are buying, we will pay you, but we will need some credit time, some time to pay you back. And three of them agreed. One is Arctic Prince
Mm.
Private Limited, who's doing tremendously well as of now. One is Premier Fabrics, who is again doing tremendously well, and the other guy
Mm.
is Rakesh Surana. This is one guy who pulled me right from the earth and has got me here.
Mm.
If not to the sky, but he's got me somewhere close to where I am. This is one guy who gave me everything. He said, "You, I see a lot of confidence in you. You just go out and sell whatever you want to, and there." So from zero investment,
Okay.
we started somehow.
Wow. Wow. So literally your marketing skill helped you negotiate and get some form of credit capital from suppliers so that you could go and sell to your customers, but you literally didn't have like that huge capital base to start the business with.
Absolutely, there was no money to even have an office. So we
Gee.
started. We came out of JS Fashions. We quit there. We told them a goodbye. A very we sent them a thank you note. Thanked everyone that whatever I am today, I still give all my credit to JS Fashions and my boss, from whom I've learned so many things.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
we came out, and then we started taking samples, taking fabrics from the suppliers who said, okay, we are ready to give you on some credit limit. There was one thing which I always told my partner and to myself, that we are not going to supply fabrics, supply material to everyone we know. There
Mm,
are clients who will pay you in 90 days. There are clients who will pay you in 120 days. There are clients who will promise you that they'll pay you in 100 days and they'll pay you in 200 days. Money was not an issue, that your money is safe. It is not going to go anywhere. But
all
then the
right.
credit limit keeps increasing.
Mm,
They say
mm,
we'll give you in 100 days and
mm.
they will pay you back in 200 days. And I
Gee.
didn't want to lose the confidence of my suppliers. For me,
Mm,
suppliers were very, very important, more important now than the clients. Because if
right,
they don't give me material, I'm not going to run my business.
right,
I made
right.
sure that we supply, maybe, we start on a very, very small scale, a very
Mm,
pretty small scale, and we
mm,
supply only to the best of the clients
mm,
who will work on our terms.
mm,
With a less margin, with a good, very good payment terms, we started supplying to few limited clients who were
mm-hmm,
best in the payment terms. If they
mm.
say we pay you on 25th, the payment is credited in my bank account.
Yeah.
It was only those clientele, and maybe around 8 to 10 clientels.
Mm, mm,
We started supplying to them, and that gave us a confidence that okay,
mm,
now slowly as we grow, and this I made sure that we continue till 1 year, because the
mm.
confidence of the supplier was very, very important. And that
Right.
entire 1 year, even without one day, my supplier didn't ask me for any payments. We used to pay them 2 days before the due date, three
Wow.
days before
Wow.
the due date.
Wow. Wow.
It's been 9, 10 long years, and till date, we have always maintained that we pay our suppliers even before the due date.
Wow.
Sai Fashions is my firm name, and I shouldn't be getting any call from any of my supplier saying that, sir, your payment is due. I
Mm,
will
mm,
discount these 5 months of pandemic where we have got
mm.
few calls, few requests. But then,
Yeah.
till date, in my entire career, I have never got any call from my supplier saying, sir, your payment is due. Please pay us.
Wow. Wow. Mukesh, this is a gem of a lesson you've taught right now. This is business school. Indeed. This is like super MBA. The fact that number one, it wasn't about the money that you got from a venture capitalist or from a capital investor who came through. In fact, what you did is that you invested in a skill when you went to work, and in relationships and networks, and in a skill of marketing. And this is literally what gave you the base to start the business that you started. And and then you took a risk with your friends to start this. And I think it would be great if you're listening and if you're watching today to take notes of what you could be looking at. What skill sets are you having? What opportunities do you see? and what it is you, and the thing that you have shown here is your relationships with your suppliers and your customers was what then saved you, especially with your customers, that you were paying them on time, making sure that they got all the money that they needed on time, and they became the bank, actually, if you're looking at it in that way, right? Because they gave you
Actually,
money in the clothes that you, or in the material that they sold you. That's it. So now, what I want to ask you is, it's been 10 years now, from 2010 up to now. Um, if you were to point out one critical, or maybe two or three critical skill that I must have for your business, what would you call those?
okay, let me tell you that I'm not expert at what kind of skills one should have. But then, what skills I had, one was being very transparent. That today I have this much money, or maybe not showing the wrong picture to anyone. Whatever I am today, I am here in front of you. I'm not going to wear a
Yeah.
blazer, a tie, and show you that I'm rich, and then I'm going to take fabric or material from you, or from money from you. This is not going to work for long. And we have seen
Mm,
cases where people have crashed from billions and billions of industries, and they've gone down to they've crashed like anything. One
mm,
is transparency, showing faith. That they will start showing you faith.
mm,
Second, deep dive deeply into whatever you feel that is your passion, as well as you start liking it.
mm,
As long as you don't like what you do, you will never make money out of it. Okay, maybe you will make money, but then slowly you'll lose confidence, slowly you'll lose interest, or maybe people will start going away from you.
mm, mm, mm,
Third, I feel any businesses without tuitions, without tutorials, without proper training, you cannot start any business. Okay, maybe thousands out of one, two, few very lucky ones can just start and start making money. But no, if you
mm,
don't have basic training, if you don't know, if you don't have a knowledge about any business you want to get into, please first do a job, go to an expert, learn from him, and then start something of your own. And people will definitely invest. My time when I started, people didn't show so much of confidence, but now the times are pretty different. If you have skill set, people are waiting for you. They will surely grab you.
mm,
These
mm,
few basic things. I mean, these are
mm,
not which we don't know. It is just
mm,
just that we don't implement.
mm, 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 mm. So be transparent. Make sure whoever you're dealing with knows exactly where you are, and you're not trying to put up a face of a rich man when you're actually needing their assistance. Jump into your passion, you said, and go get the experience or the exposure that you need for you to run the business that you want to run, and then go ahead and run it. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Now, um, you said you were fantastic at marketing, and that's where you got your confidence from as well. Take us through this marketing or selling skill that you had. What was some of the best practices that you learned or you teach to your staff members now, or as you are in your business, for them to get to that space where business is flowing sustainably?
Well, pretty interesting question. As I said, I was pretty good at talking skills. Let me
Right.
start with how I started without a firm. I started
Mm-hmm.
my business say in 2010. I didn't have a firm, and if you're supplying to brands, you need to have a billing firm. You need to have a firm from which there is a vendor code which is created, and then you can only then supply to a corporate firm.
Mm-hmm.
That is when I used my skill, and I was blessed to have friends like, as I said earlier, Raju, and here it comes Mr. Ritesh. Ritesh was one guy who gave me his entire firm just for billing. What I used to
Mm-hmm.
do is I used to get the goods. The goods are shipped from different states of India to Bangalore, and then we have to get it from the transport and then supply to our customers. This all was taken care by Mr. Ritesh himself, and he opened a vendor code. He opened a started billing from his firm to my
Mm.
clients. So it is
Wow.
very easy when you have when you know clients, when you know that from where the goods are coming. It is very easy to start the same business on your own. Ritesh
Right.
knew everything. He knew that
Mm.
I'm getting fabric from so and so supplier, and then I'm supplying to such customers. And what is the margin I'm making? What is the money I'm making?
Mm.
So people are greedy. I mean, they easily get into this. But this was one
Yeah.
of my, I can say, he's still one of my best friends
Mm.
who made sure that whatever I'm asking, he gives it to me. I asked him
Wow.
that I want your firm to be built, and you have to get the material. Your guys will go give the material, and I'm not going to do anything apart from just giving you that this is the order and this needs to be supplied to this. And I
Mm.
didn't pay him a penny. Trust me, I didn't pay him a penny till date. In fact, I live on his money even now. I roam in his car. I go out with him. So but he helped me, and he knew that okay, whatever I'm doing genuinely, and I'm
Yeah.
doing 100% on a very transparent basis. And then I started going to the clients. Now when I started going to the clients, it was during J's Fashions also, or I'll talk about Sai Fashions now, that it was not so easy that they start buying fabrics from me immediately, because the same kind
Mm.
of material, the same kind of mills with even better designing is supplied by different people. Then why should they start buying it from me? What
Mhm.
better am I giving them? The price
Mhm.
was not good. The
Mm.
quality was same. The credit terms were absolutely not good, because I couldn't give a credit term what they used to give. They used to give
Mhm.
say 100 days of credit terms, and I couldn't give more than 30 days.
Wow.
But I always made sure that the service, my approach to them, I always used to tell them that you are meeting directly a owner. You're not meeting a staff. A owner is sitting in front of you. I'm the owner
Right.
of my firm. And I've come directly to you. Tomorrow, when
Mm.
you move out of this to some other place, start work with some other company, or start your own business, I will always be there to support you. I will
Mm.
always be there to support you. You need to support me at least 5%, 10%. Give me some support. I don't need your 100% support. You start
Mm.
supporting me in terms of, maybe terms of payments, and I will give you whatever you want. Whatever
Mm.
kind of requirements they had, maybe, they wanted in fashion industry, in shirts, like how you wearing a plain shirt, there are check shirts, there are striped shirts, there are printed
Right.
shirts, and
Yeah.
I used to attend to all the requirements,
Mm.
and I used to meet them almost once in 2 days, almost once in 2 days I used to go meet them. No work, it is okay, I used to go sit with them, just have a chat, just do a time pass, come back home without any orders in my hand. And till date, I use that routine. I don't sit at my office at all. My only job in my partnership firm is to go keep meeting your clients. You don't get business, no worries. People know you that okay, Mukesh is still coming to us. Mukesh still meets us. Mukesh still is asking us about their families. That how is the family doing? How is their the growth from one company to the other company? What are the future thoughts? And I've also offered partnerships to few where I feel okay they can now when I know that I have made money through partnerships, I've shown confidence in few, and I've been offering partnerships to few of them. My approach to them was pretty simple. You ask me and I will give it to you. Whether I'm making money or not, that's a different thing. So all they
Yeah.
loved about me was the service. I never
Mm.
said no for anything. I knew at the back of
Mm.
my mind that I will not be able to get this stuff. But I never
Mm.
said no. But over a period of time, they understood that okay, this guy is not maybe not is not going to get us everything, but then he always tries. And it was
Yeah.
not that I just say yes and go back to office and say what is he asking? I mean, I just cannot get this. Then I always used to
Yeah.
try. I used to report to him that okay, I've tried with this, and I'm not able to get it. So few
Wow.
pretty simple stuff. Keep your relations with your clients, with your suppliers.
Mm.
Keep meeting them. Keep
Mm.
asking them about their personal life as well.
Mm.
Business, don't keep it to just business.
Mm.
Know
Mm.
about their family, know about their
Mm.
mom,
Mm.
dad, wife, kids,
Mm.
everyone. They'll feel happy. There are not
mm,
many who are going to ask you about personal things.
mm, mm,
Pretty simple.
mm. Wow, you call it pretty simple. It is a serious sales lesson that you have taught right there. And I think many of us need to know that, we can't be sitting at home expecting clients will come. We need to go and sit with the clients. Even if they don't give us orders, at least we ask them how their families are doing or what's happening and still come back. And they will give us their trust as we go into their offices, as we go into their homes and sit with them until the business comes. This is fantastic, fantastic. And the way I love the way you talked about how you would go to, selling. You're talking to big companies, but big companies are made of people, and those people. The way you said, you're talking to the owner. You're talking to the owner here. No stuff. and if you help me, I might help you when you want to go start your own thing too, and then they slowly buy into you. That is fantastic. Um so over the past 10 years, what would you call some of your, also let me get some comments up in here so that you get eyes. I see Mercy Kamanura is with us. Thank you very much for joining us. Cheraya Jenna, and she's calling Chiedza Elizabeth Nuvira to come in and join. Reka Naha, is that Mrs. No. I think your Indian friends are joining up, and I love that. There's a question here. Danai Otule is asking if you have a website. Maybe you can leave it with us, and we can put it on the chat box there. And for people who want to contact you, it might be an opportunity for business. And then Chetan is saying he's an expert in relationship building and management. For sure, man. And that's exactly the lesson we're learning from you right now, Mukesh, that you are an expert in relationship management. And relationship management became your capital, actually. So it's great to know that. Now, I want to ask something, Mukesh, about um, the challenges. Um, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I think there's some sound disturbance.
Okay. I can
Yeah,
hear you clearly.
I can hear you now.
Okay. So now, in your 10-year journey, tell me more about the ups and downs. What are some of the biggest challenges that you have faced in building your business to where it is now?
Okay, as I started my business, the first thing, as I said, the suppliers were not eager to give me, and
Mm,
I could bank on those who used to work directly with the mills, because I had to start working directly with the mills. That is when you get better pricing. That is when you get better margins as well. So
mhm,
if not making money, there's no point, just servicing. I can say I worked with those people for a year or two, pretty long years. From those who used to directly work with the mill, they used to take the fabric, they used to support me, used to give me the samples. I used to go to the clients and then start giving materials to them. When I approached the biggest of mills in India, like Raymond, like Vardhaman, like Nahar, like Ashima, like NSL, where my earlier firm already had a hold, they said no, we are not going to give you the fabric, we are not going to give you the material. And it was pretty, I mean, we knew the reason. They
yeah,
couldn't go against my earlier boss.
yeah.
So it was never easy. The same thing
Mm,
happened with this of the corporates, because
mm,
you can always maintain relations with the guys at the lower levels, but when it
yeah.
comes to CEOs, or the CEOs of the companies, or the
Mm,
actual of the companies,
mm,
said my firm was pretty good. The earlier firm was pretty good in terms
You can repeat that. What I heard is that you said your firm, the previous firm, was pretty good at, and then it cut off.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Very audible now. Very good.
There's some disturbance, I think.
Not from my side. I can hear you clearly.
Okay, maybe. So they said no, we are not going to give you. And the same thing happened with the biggest of clients, corporates. I started business with them, but then slowly I started losing orders, and I didn't understand why. Uh, and somehow I got to know that okay, there is a lot of pressure from somewhere that these people shouldn't buy fabrics from me, and I should be kept away from the industry. This happened for almost a year where I struggled with the clients. I struggled with the best of the mills that I couldn't get fabric, and I
Gee.
couldn't also start supplying. And I always had to look at the smaller clients who, yeah, gave me good business, but it was not pretty good where I could increase it, where I could
Mm,
expand it to what I actually wanted to. And
mm,
this
mm,
was one of the biggest challenge to bridge this gap to the corporates also and to the mills also. For me, both
mhm,
were. I wanted to work with the corporates. I wanted to get good fabrics directly from the mill so that I
mm,
give good pricing, and I also get a good margin. And
mm,
working directly with the mill is always beneficial. With the manufacturers is always beneficial. That is when I started visiting them, visiting the mills, visiting, talking to the CEOs, explaining them that industry cannot work with just by supplying to one or two people. You need to have
mm,
a you need to have a basket of 100 people. Today
mm.
to me, tomorrow I might be so big that I'll tell you no. That okay,
Yeah.
I buy fabric from you, and you need
Mm,
to understand this basic level.
mm,
There are challenges, there are things where you cannot come in open. You tell me how you want to do it,
mhm,
because I want fabric in my firm's name. I want the fabric to be supplied in my firm's name. I cannot take it from anywhere else you want to.
mm,
And few mills agreed, few mills didn't agree, few brands agreed, few brands didn't agree.
mhm,
And some of it all got started. This still continues. I am
mm,
facing this challenge even now, that some of the clients who give me an order, then later on they cancel it for no reason. That okay, we don't want the fabric, and I can easily understand where the pressure comes from. But
yeah.
today I'm able to handle all the pressure. It doesn't make a difference to me. Okay, if you're not taking the fabric, that is your loss. It's not my loss. But
Mm,
I always keep coming to you. Always, I will always be the same way I was to you earlier. I can understand that it is
yeah.
not you who's saying no, it is someone
Yeah.
else,
Yeah.
because of whom you're saying no. But then I'm happy with it. I've got used to it. So that is
Yeah.
one thing, that you need to understand the surroundings, and you
Mm,
somehow start managing it. You cannot
yeah.
fight some
Yeah.
things, you can fight. So you start
Yeah.
listening with those, and
Yeah.
you grow with your business.
Yeah.
And few other challenges are, uh, when you really want to expand, you need capital. And when I say
Right.
that, capital is still something which we lack in. And today we've started approaching big banks. Today we've started approaching people who have lots of money, and they are
Mhm,
they are ready to give us loans. They are ready to give us credit times and
mhm,
everything.
mhm.
uh, for now it has become pretty easy. But one thing I always feel is, business is like, how do you brush your teeth every day? You get up in the morning, you brush your teeth. You have
Yeah.
to clean up yourself every day. You need to shine
Mm,
every. You cannot just back on your old laurels. You cannot. You every
mm,
day to take it as a new day. Okay, today is a new day. I need to meet the clients, the same clients, go meet them, come back again. Next day, start again. Okay, today I'm going to meet these suppliers, come back again.
mm, mm, mm,
What
mm.
I always focus on.
Wow, wow. So there you've clearly articulated. Firstly, getting the suppliers was a problem, but also competition uh, was pretty stiff, and the game is rough out there, and you just have to keep your game up and not give up until you get to where you want to get to. Lastly, Mukesh, I want to ask about your involvement with JCI, your involvement with volunteerism, and how active you're. Because this is exactly how we met in Bangalore, and I keep my wife and I keep remembering how you guys really treated us well when we came there, and we can't wait for another trip to Bangalore. Now, tell me, how has your involvement in JCI either helped you um, run your business better, or given you a platform to impact other people? Why are you so passionate about it? And tell me more about that and its relationship to the business that you run.
Well, JCI, as we know, is a very, very good platform to sharpen your speaking skills. And
Mhm.
Bangalore Garden is very well known. JCI Bangalore Garden City is very well known for the best of the trainers, for the best of the people. One thing what I've learned from joining JCI, joining Bangalore Garden City, is to always be positive. Take things in a positive sense. Always see the what best you could get out of something which was not good for you, but you
Yeah.
out of it, that okay, maybe as a learning you take this thing from it. And these are the skills what I took from JCI. Time management.
Mm,
I,
mm,
I was always okay on time. I was always used to, if my meeting is at 4 o'clock, I always used to be there by 3:50. Maybe, without preparation or with preparation. But what Garden City has taught me is prepare yourself. Even if it is of a simplest of the meetings for your business meetings, prepare yourself. That okay,
mm,
this guy, if you know something about him, just go. Don't talk business straight away, because that everyone does. As soon as you go, start showing the samples, start getting the orders, get back to home. No, if you have to spend free time with those people also. This is
mm,
one thing where Garden City has taught me, that you invest whatever you have learned.
mm,
It just
mm,
can, as long as you don't implement those things in your life, you just cannot teach these things to others. You start implementing
mm,
in your life, and the people around. Let me tell you, there are we are 300 members, and most of them are always positive. They always keep, talking to you about positive things, always telling you about good things, always asking you about how you're doing, how well are you doing. And business wise, we have groups of business here at Garden City, where you want anything, you ask for your requirements in the group, and within a minute you start getting messages that okay, you can approach this guy, or maybe you can get this client, or maybe, I can ask for anything. If I want even the
mm,
biggest of the corporates number, I can ask in Garden City's group, and I get those numbers immediately. If anyone has,
mm,
there's no nothing like okay, I'm not going to give you because he is my client and he might become your client. No, they're very open. They will give you the number. It's
mm.
all up to you whether you can hatch that. Take it. It's yours. It is.
Wow.
It is that way. And JCI has also taught me to, be more passionate about what you do. As I said earlier, also, if you don't like something you do, then you might make money to an extent, and then you start losing interest, or maybe, then it has to be dependent on someone else. I feel
Yes,
every business has to be auto run, but then I should also be knowing what comes in, what goes out. If
that's
it's
right.
not automatic, then you might not be able to expand. But then if
Mm,
you don't know about your business, then you don't know when your business crashes. So you should
yeah,
have a know-how about everything, that whatever is happening in your business, maybe you're not doing it, someone else is doing it for you, but you know it. And this is what I've learned from GCI Bangalore Garden City, and the people and the presidents who made sure, I also become one of the presidents, and give whatever I have to Garden City, and take more from Garden City.
fantastic. Mukesh, my friend, thank you very much for coming to the Grand Scale Motivation Show. Thank you for accepting to come through and sharing these nuggets of knowledge that will be available for many to learn, not just now, but for years to come. But thank you for your generosity with information. I'm sure someone else will benefit and will link their inspiration to the interview that we've just had. Thank you for reaching out all the way from Asia, and now you are in Africa. In fact, we are broadcasting to the rest of the world. My friend, you're a good man. So thank you very much. Please pass my greetings to your wife and your beautiful daughter. And this is it. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you, Uno sir. As you said, we met uh, through JCI, and we met in Bangalore. Now I want to come to South Africa with my family, with my friends, and I want you to take care of us. As I said, I'm very good at talking. I want entire package to be on you. You need to take care of us. When we visit South Africa, my daughter is eager to see animals, and my wife always keeps telling me, "Let's go meet Uno and visit South Africa." Hopefully this session, if not everyone, few takes good learnings from out of it. As I said, every day is a new learning for me. Every day is a new learning for all of us, and I'm
Yeah.
so happy, so thankful that you approached me and gave me a platform to tell what I've gone through, and maybe if I can inspire few, it'll be really really good. Thank you so much once again. And just to the people who are watching, or just to the people who might watch later on, I am the best supplier of the shirting and suiting materials in India, supplying to various brands. If you want me to supply to the South Africa or across continents, please approach me. I'm there on Facebook, I'm there on WhatsApp, I'm everywhere. You just need to type Mukesh Bhandari, you'll find me everywhere. Thank you so much. I'm always there. Thank you, Uno sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mukesh Bhandari. You heard the man. Business opportunities open for you right there, and you also got the opportunity to listen to some of his business insights. This is your time to develop yourself. This is your time to get that self actualization. This is your time to get to realize what has been placed in you, and to make sure that you put it out. We will meet the next time when we do the Grand Scale Motivation Show. We will continue with this entrepreneurship series. Please make sure you tune in and like our page on Facebook, Grand Scale Motivation. You will definitely not regret that option. Thank you very much, everybody. Goodbye.